being very truthful in your interactions with other people. Now, being authentic means you are original. And I know that it's very easy for us to, as women, it's very easy for us to, you want to be like the next person. You know how they say, an ideal, a fine woman now, either you are tall, you are light, you have Coca-Cola body, and all of that. But you have to know who you are. And I must add this in talking about authenticity is as a Christian, um, I find my values in what God has said about me. And that's what makes me authentic. If God has said I am beautiful, I am wonderfully made, I'm going to hold on to those things. I'm not going to try to be somebody else because everybody has a different journey. As women here, we all have different journeys, we all have different skin color, we all have different drives, but you have to stay true to who you are as a woman. Who do you say you are? What is that thing that you're saying? If you're not in the room today and I call your name Shola, what I say about you, will it be what you have shown me, or will I have a different idea of who you are because of somebody else? So that's what I would say. And of course, authenticity also brings about confidence. When you believe in your abilities, you're not afraid of any risk, and you maintain a healthy and positive image when you're authentic to yourself.
Okay. Thank you on that. Also, being a woman, especially, okay, let's go back a little bit to our lovely senator. Yeah, I want to know, or rather, we want to know, what do we have a chance in standing together? Is there strength in standing together as women? Because for her own case, it's quite unique, yes, but where do we stand? What value?
It's very important that as women we stand together to build a community, a safe space where women can gather together, talk about their fears, talk about their concerns, talk about their worries, talk about their ambitions, and how to rise above these stereotypes or oppression, so to speak. And I think we have that in your workplace or within your friends or even within your family. Building that safe space as women, to address these issues, I think would help. There are some people that would have gone through probably similar situations that could advise you on, how they overcame those situations, or are there like agencies that people can recommend to you to speak to? Do you need a therapist? Do you need legal support? So yes, it's really important that we have a community for women where we have a safe space, where we don't feel judged, where we can actually express ourselves and be listened to. So yes, it's very important that we actually do that. And I feel like with seminars like this, there's actually hope that we actually have a community for women where we can sit together, talk, and just share our concerns or fears.
Okay. Please, if you have any questions, you can indicate and we'll channel your question accordingly. Okay.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay, I'll try to speak up more.
Okay. So if you have any questions, please indicate and we'll get your message across. Okay, then you mentioned something about having a community. Are there active community for women here, or do you have any platform that women can openly share their?
I can't think of anyone at the moment. I don't know, not because my mind at the moment, but I'm sure if you do like a research, you check online, I'm very certain that there are a lot of agencies that actually support women. And it doesn't have to be like a popular agency. If there's somebody within your community, even in your office, that is passionate about women, empowerment, passionate about helping women, you can actually create your own like community within your circle. It doesn't have to be like something that's already been existing. I mean, of course, it goes. You can do that, but I'm saying we don't have to wait until they define like an agency or something before we provide that kind of community for ourselves.
So, the community aside, personally as women, how do we overcome or navigate challenges, especially in workplaces?
Um, okay, so some of the challenges that I have identified in my journey as a woman are societal expectations. We have the traditional gender roles and cultural roles. This is where, and this can actually limit our opportunities. So I'll give an instance. I'm going to try to be realistic with my own experience as a woman. I remember going in for a job interview. Like my resume said, I have experience in artist management, and my field in the music industry is dominated by men. So when I went for this interview, I was being interviewed by the HR officer, who's also a man, and he read my resume and he's like, "Oh, I can see that you have experience. I can see that you are fit for this role. I can see that you already know everything that needs to be done. But I noticed that you have a wedding ring on. So how will your husband feel with you coming back home late?" And I was taken aback by that question because you can see that I have 10 years of experience. And before I got married, I've been doing this. My husband met me while I was doing this job. So how do you think that's an appropriate question to ask me why, if my husband will be satisfied or will be happy for me coming home late? I kind of took that with a pinch of salt, and I realized that this was not a place for me to work in. I had to walk away from that from that role. I lost that opportunity because I felt like if he cannot see beyond my gender and focus on my experience and my skill, then there's really no point for me to be here. Um, I talked about the appearance standards already. These are also issues that we have as women. We have the workplace inequality. There's a gender gap for women. I don't know if women here know that especially in leadership roles, a woman in leadership will get less than a man for that same role, the same job. A woman will get paid less. So these are part of like issues that women have. Um, there's also the work-life balance where we have women are now doing like dual responsibilities. A woman is supposed to manage the home. Now you want us to also pay the bills. You want us to also take care of the children. We're meant to be everything to everyone at the same time as a woman. And then, of course, there's the access to education. A lot of women in some regions don't have access to education because of their gender. And the gender-based violence. There's safety concerns. We're all facing facing harassment and violence in public and private spaces. There's also the blame game, for women when it comes to gender-based violence. Instead of, and I find that this is not only with men, it's also within women. When a woman comes and says she was sexually harassed, you find a woman say, "What did you wear? Where did you go?" So these are like major challenges that women actually face within our society that actually needs to be like addressed. And then to navigate some of these challenges, I had here, you have to build confidence and self-esteem, starting with your mindset. I'm very passionate about the mindset because it is in the mind that everything actually starts from. It's the mind that everything actually starts to build. You have to build your confidence. Find that this don't embrace these challenges as a way to rise. Not Don't let it consume you. Don't let it, take the best of you. So also for stress management, when going through all of these challenges, you also have to know how to manage all of these stresses. And I practice mindfulness. And how I'm able to do that is again in my word, following the word of God. I'm very rooted in what God has said about me. You know, the Bible says in Philippians 4 at 9:18, 4:19 that um, and my God shall supply all my needs according to his riches and glory through Christ Jesus. So when I read that word, it encourages me to know that regardless of whatever I'm facing, regardless of whatever I'm going through right now, I have a God that is by my side. I have a God that is going to see me through all of these things. And then, of course, positive talk, speaking to yourself. As women, we have to be very careful who we allow speaking to our lives. It's not everybody that should have access to us. It's not everyone that you should listen to. You know, and I find that even in the workspace, even within our friends, people use certain words that don't represent who you are. So if you can also speak to yourself and say, I am enough, I am blessed, I am worthy, speak those positive things to yourself so that when all these circumstances come around you, you counter it with your words. And then there's also education and empowerment. I'm very particular about women educating themselves. I think it's important that the woman should be educated. I think you should learn. I think you should keep evolving, keep going for trainings. All those things are very important for women. In terms of work-life balance, I would say learn how to prioritize, learn how to rest. As you know, there's a saying that some people like to hustle, like to grind. So while I'm encouraging hustle and working hard, I also encourage resting, prioritizing yourself. If you need to delegate, delegate. You know, all of those things.
Okay. Do we have any questions? Anyone? Not yet. Okay. So, Kema, we're coming to the end of this brief talk show. There's a question from Jennifer. Okay. Yomi, please, could you help us with the mic to Jennifer?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi. You know, I'm just going to be straightforward. We ladies, we are our problem. We are our issues. We frustrate each other. How do we handle it? That's my problem.
Thank you so much, Jennifer.
That's why I don't have friends. I don't have
really,
friends.
I really love that question, and I have a little gift for you for asking the question. So I'm going to give you something after this. So, like you rightly said, right? We are our own problem, and I really don't know where this jealousy and envy came from. I can't really explain the root of things, but I will encourage you as a woman to try to find like-minded women like yourself. I don't agree that all women are bad because I have amazing friends. Like anyone that knows me knows that I pride myself in the quality of women in my life. I'm very proud of the women, and I'm very, like I tell my husband all the time that I am so proud. I am so proud. No, but it's being intentional. When you're going to make friends, don't just make friends with someone because you're talking about gist lover or, like it's beyond that. It is beyond thinking your friends is beyond. I don't believe that because we work in the same place, we have to be friends. I do not believe in it. And I say it anywhere I work. We don't have to be friends, but we're going to do the work. So you have to be intentional about, if you tell me you don't have any friend, I will have to look at you as well. Like, are you sure there's something wrong with you? You might also be the point. You need to check it. I'm just being honest. You also need to check it. Because why are people running away from you? So in as much as I want to say they might be bad, you also have to take some responsibility, be accountable for that as well. So be intentional. Look for people that have the same values that you have. And this is not to say you cannot kiki with your friends. It's not to say we can't talk about boys. We can't talk about men. We can. We can gossip. It's what girls do. But that shouldn't be the only thing about our friendship. There needs to be value. Like when I sit down with my female friends, there's value coming out of our conversation. What's the next business idea? Even with prayer life, my friend can call me today and I'm certain I'm going to give her quality advice. I can call any of my friends today and I know they're not going to tell me, leave your husband, or if he's not giving you money, run away. I don't have those kind of friends. Instead, and if I do something wrong, my friends are not afraid to say, Kema, I think you are not right here. And I don't take that in a bad way. I take that they're my sisters. So please, I'm encouraging every woman here to actually find that friend. There's love within us. We are love beings. Because we are givers of life, like Christabel said, and you can't be a giver of life if you don't have love within you. So build that community, and I believe you will find that community. There are women out there that are not after your life, after your success, after your boyfriend or your husband. There are women that want to actually see you grow. And in testimony of that, my friends want to see me grow. I mean, look at Jade, I'm here. So yes, they are good women. They are good women.
Thank you.
Because I need more questions from the ladies.
More questions.
I don't want to believe that it's only Jennifer that has.
Yeah, Jennifer, you can
That
subscribe to my
concern
friendship. It's 5,000 naira per hour.
Wow.
Any more questions? Any more questions? Okay. Oh, we have one. Oh, okay, two.
Okay, so one
Three.
gift for you.
Okay,
One gift for you. One gift for you.
Yes, Jake, please.
That's it. Who's asking? Wait.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
My name is Susan again.
Hi, Susan.
So, the question I'm going to be asking is all about myself.
Okay.
I'm this kind of person, I keep more of male friends than female friends. So, I believe that when you keep female friends, maybe they hear something about you, maybe your private life, and maybe you see them as sister, as your own person. And at the end of the day, you hear them talking about you. So in my own self, the way I always take my own decision, I just give them space. I don't keep malice, so I give them space. And I just keep to myself. Because I'm a very notable person. So when you step on my toes, I give it back to you. So I just give space. And I live my own life. Let them live their own life. So I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but this is the kind of life I live. And it gives me joy.
That's
So
fine.
I don't know if I'm doing the right thing.
I would say whether you're doing the right thing or you're doing the wrong thing. What's important is actually you, right? And I believe a friend will not use what they know about you against you. Your friends are not supposed to hear personal things about you and use as gossip with their other friends that are not your friends. That's not what friends do. Friends should be able to sit down, talk to each other, confide in each other, and I'm sure there's certain things my friends have told me, and I'm certain that it's going to agree with me. And I have friends too, I'm certain that I will not hear any of my gist outside. So if you have people within your circle that do that, it's okay for you to, distance yourself from them. I call that boundaries, setting boundaries. You don't have to fight. Now, there are other ways you can also go about it. You can confront your friend to say, and when you're confronting, please don't try to fight. It's a question. It could be a misunderstanding, it could be miscommunication, for whatever reason. So I'll give you an instance. I had a friend that was pregnant and was relocating to Canada to have a baby. And I have two friends basically. So one of them got pregnant, was going to have a baby in Canada. And then my second friend too got pregnant and was considering having a baby in Canada. So because and they know themselves. They're not close, but they know themselves. I'm like the middle person between them. They know each other. So she reached out to me and said, hey, your friend, let's call her X or Bimbo. Bimbo is in Canada having a baby. I want to know how Bimbo went about her process to have a baby. And I said, oh, I think you can just reach out to her, call her, she had a baby there. I think it will be fine, if you do. And Bimbo got offended that I recommended her to my friend to ask her question. Now I really don't know why she did that. She stopped talking to me, even when she was very angry that I told my friend about her that she was having a baby in Canada. I really do not know why that offended her so much. And I tried to reach out to her because this friend is actually very good to me. So I tried to reach out to her to say, hey, what's going on? Because even when she had the baby, she sent it to our circle. She didn't send it to me. She didn't tell me the baby's name. It was our mutual friends that were telling me she had the baby, this is the name of the baby. And I tried to call her a couple of times. She didn't take my calls. I tried to reach out to her, to say, hey, even if there's anything I did, talk to me, let me know. She gave me silent treatment for like a year. And then one December, she just sends me a message and says, oh, Merry Christmas. The friendship is gone. We can't redeem that anymore. It's gone. Time has passed. So if that friend is really valuable to you, I would say try to reach out to the friend to find out why that happened. And if you can't come to a middle ground, there's no repentance, then it's okay to give distance. It's really okay because your mental health is important, your safety is actually important. You should have friends that you can actually trust. You should have friends that you can rely on. So yeah, so please feel free to cut off if you need to cut off.
So, yeah.
Yeah, like two more questions.
Yes. Please, very, 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 very fast, please.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Blessing. The other time you spoke about equality, gender equality. So I would like to ask this. This thing happened to me recently, and it really hurts me a lot. When you are in a particular field and you are doing well, and it is said to your face that you are fantastic, you are doing well, you are doing great, you deserve this position, but you are a woman. So it really hurt me when it was said to me face to face, not as if I held it. So I felt so bad that very day. So I now thought about it at the same time. That's not the end of the world. I know where I'm going to. I have my vision. I have my focus. This is not the end. This place is not the end for me. So I just let it go. So now I want to ask, how can this be stopped? Because it's not only me, so many women out there that gender inequality are really, really affecting them. So I want to know, how can this be stopped? Is there a way that can be stopped? I know it's not possible, but how? Like, there should be something. That's my question.
All right, thank you. So I would like to know, did you quit your job after that? You maintained your job. Okay. Do you have any? Okay. Do you have an HR officer? Your HR officer is she female or male? Is a man. Interesting. But did you try to have a conversation with the HR officer? So maybe for next time, I think you should actually let it be on record that you actually had a conversation with your HR officer. I try not to look at gender when it comes to things like this. I think it's important that you should have actually raised it with your HR officer. And I'm really sorry that you had to go through that. I'm really sorry that you had to face that. But we've all experienced one kind of discrimination one way or the other in the workplace. I have actually had a situation where I've known myself to be a high flyer when I was working in the company, and one day my boss said to me, and this is somebody I respect a lot, and he said to me, he said, Kema, you are on top but you're not inside. That's what he said to me. He said you are on top but you're not inside. And that statement kept on ringing in my head over and over. What does it mean by I'm on top but I'm not inside? That's what it is. Like, you are doing well but you are a woman, so we're not going to promote you, basically. But there were women leaders in my office, so I wouldn't really say it was a thing of not wanting to promote me, but I felt like keeping me on a certain salary base, basically. That's what I felt like it was, And I want you to channel that energy into creating something for yourself. Don't now cower or make that statement make you feel less than who you actually are. Because that statement actually propelled me to one of the things that I'm doing today. It gave me strength to say, Kema, you are more than this. So and until tomorrow, that company still calls me for consultation. In short, this morning, the HR officer called me to speak to one of the staff in the office. So don't let that distract you from your goal. Don't let that distract you.
Okay, because of time, unfortunately, we will not be taking any more questions. Please, if you have any questions for Kema, please kindly proceed to her seat so that you can ask her any questions you would like to. So, thank you so much, Kema.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for
Thank
having me.
you.
Where's Jenny's bar? Okay.
Thank you so much, Eric. Okay, let me collect the mic. Take.
All right, thank you again, Kema, for that wonderful presentation we just had. Because we don't have enough time, we will be going to the next